I had been with my 2 sons, James and Jude, every day of their lives until the age of 3. We lived in Dallas, Texas. When my wife filed for divorce, I had to leave my sons' home. I had the 2 boys only half of the time. My first night away from them, I lay uneasily in my bed. I began to shiver. I wondered if I might be cold, although it was the hottest part of summer. Shivering and clutching my sides, I gradually came to understand that I was crying. I am a man, and my emotions are usually under my control. I allow myself to be sad or to be happy or to be tired or even to be angry. I observed myself, shaking as I wept for my sons, fearing for them, unable to avert the tragedy awaiting them in the near future. Nowadays, divorce requires no exceptional circumstances, only fickle sentiment. Our customs adapted to the absence of fathers. We now don't even expect children to have fathers. But I expected my children would have a father. As I regained my composure, lying in a silent house, in my bed, I understood what I must do. I must give my posterity a path to manhood in a fatherless society. I grew up on a farm and ranch in a very rural area of Texas. My life then was full of struggles. I had no father. My mother had exiled him by divorce when I was 8 years old. I would sit in the bar ditch along the dirt road outside my home. With a stick I would spell my father's name in the dirt. I would sit there all day, waiting for my father to come back. The farm hands who occasionally drove by, all from Mexico, all fathers with children, all with intact families, took pity on me. They sometimes stopped and talked with me. They were hard men. Good men. One day, I would want to be like them. My mother for months thought I was playing outside. One day, Joe Garcia, with a stern look on his face, drove his pickup into our driveway. He stepped out of the truck and waved at me. Jefe. He called me boss in Spanish, because it sounded like my name Jeff. It was our private joke. He walked in muddy boots to our front door, and knocked. My mother answered the door. He told her that I was waiting for my father. My mother told me in angry words to come inside. She never allowed me to wait for my father again. One day, as I was working at home, my then 3-year-old son James came to me and leaned on my leg. He always did that when I sat. Completely unbidden, he told me that his mommy said he was a girl. A cold terror took my breath away. James' mother was a pediatrician. She had become a radical leftist. Now she was tampering with James' gender identity. She eventually enrolled James in school as a girl, without my consent. James was taught for years by public school teachers that he really was a girl. He used the girls' restroom. When I took him to school in boys' clothes, his teacher gave him a dress. I couldn't do much to change things with only 2 weekends a month with my sons. Still, James never presented as girl with me. He had a chance at a normal life with me. But the court gave him to his mother to be transitioned to a girl.